So although that the altcoin market is about to get completely wrecked, there are a couple of altcoins that are doing extremely well, and it's very nice that these are the altcoins that we of the FOMO Factory are in lately. So I would like to discuss them, and I would like to show you how to find these altcoins, exactly what my prediction is for these projects, and also again in general what my expectation is for the altcoin market. So welcome to the FOMO Factory. If you have not subscribed to the channel, feel free to do so. Turn on the bell notification. If anything happens in the market, I'm right here. And smack the like button would help me a lot as well to push it into YouTube's algorithm. Now, Bitcoin is having a small pullback, and it's quite funny. When I make videos saying that things will go lower while Bitcoin is sitting at around 30K, a lot of people feel like, no, we're going to 45. Now when I make these videos, people be like, yeah, we go to 10. I must say, I don't expect any of those to happen though. But what I do expect for Bitcoin is to have a good pullback, right? We did not see a good pullback yet. If we look at the monthly chart for Bitcoin, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 monthly candles in a row, which were green. And now we are sitting at the first red one. And it's like not that crazy. They say sell may go away. I don't know if that's really that accurate. May has actually been a pretty good month if you look at Bitcoin's history, but it's not common that after 4 months of green, you will get another month of green and another month of green. That's usually just not how the market works. Last time we had 4 green months in a row was, I think, like 2018. And after that, we have seen a little of red. So if I look at this area on the monthly chart, then anywhere between 25 and 23,000 looks like a point that is at least doable for Bitcoin. And once we reach that, we will revisit to see like, okay, you know, is it still possible that we hold this level, or could we go even lower maybe? But yeah, if you compare it to the last cycle where we were in the same structure, in 2019, after the big crash here, we had the crash in November 2018, which was comparable to our FTX crash in November 2021. We go up again, we peak, and we go down, and we almost made a double bottom right here. So I'm not saying we should go down again to 15.5K, but is it that unlikely to go back down to 18, 20 eventually? I don't rule that out as a possibility, to be honest. For now, Bitcoin is fine, man. Bitcoin is fine. I mean, 28,000 is not that bad, in my opinion. Before I'm gonna dive into altcoins, why altcoins are that bad, there are a couple of altcoins that have been doing very, very, very well. The first one is ChainGPT. Go follow them because they have so many interesting updates. You can use this bot on your Telegram, and this is by far the best Telegram bot out there. And what I really like about ChainGPT is they know how to do this. They know how to do crypto. Basically, they came out. They had the launch on the best launch pad. They know how to pick that, right? They came out. Their price went insanely high. They maintained that as well. And out of the pre-sale, they managed to build a community and a hype, which is unbelievable. And they just roll out partnerships and product and every single thing. So they really know how to approach this. And there's a lot of token vesting still coming up, but you must not forget that takes a long time. And there's also a bull run coming up eventually. So I think the bull run will defeat their token vesting, to put it like that. So if you know what I mean, this price could get way higher than what it is right now. And it's purely because they know how to approach it. They know how to hype people up. Look at their interaction on their Twitter as well. The interaction is huge. These guys really know what they do. Now, if we take a look at the chart for ChainGPT, let me go right there. It's not bad, bro. It's not bad. Well, it's not bad. That's an understatement. It's insanely good. If you look at the current crypto market, especially altcoins, you feel like, meh. They kind of suck, right? But if you look at this, this doesn't care about a bull, bear, whatever market. Basically, they came out. This green candle was completely to the moon, right? They did like a whatever 40x, 35x or so. People, very understandable, took their profits on the pre-sale. I did. Like, if you don't, someone else will, right? Came down. They looked like they found a solid bottom right there, at least for now. Don't know what's going to happen in the future, but they made a very beautiful base right here, and they completely went to the moon for a second time in this current market. That says something. If this project was released in a bull market, guys, this would have shot up like $10 probably, right? And that market is still about to come. Do I say it's going to $10? I don't know, right? I don't know. But this is looking very interesting for now. Like I said, if you look at the Fibonacci tool, the golden entry zone to step into this project is, I think, around 18.5 and 16.5 cents. You take profit point should be around 28.35, and best case scenario 40. Could it come down lower than this? Yeah, definitely. Could come down lower than that. But for now, it's strong, man. It's strong. And people, I saw some people say like, pullback, corrections, going to shit. Like, come on, man, it's crypto. Look at what it did. It did a 35x, right? You don't expect it to come down at least 30%. It's insane. Next project that I think you should definitely keep on your radar is a bit comparable to ChainGPT. We spoke about that a lot, but that's Delysium. Delysium also has a lot of interesting stuff going on. They had a lot of good exchange listings, Bybit, Kucoin, Maxi, Gate, etc. And Delysium, for the people that don't know, I have a link down below if you want to run a Delysium node to get these tokens daily. It's one of the cheapest nodes out there and one of the most profitable still. Delysium has a very beautiful looking AAA game, which is already listed on the Epic Game Store and actually won an award for the best gamified project. But their AI is also insane. So like I said, that's kind of comparable to ChainGPT. You can ask Delysium, for example, in the future, their bot is still like, of course, it's developing, right? Like these things are all quite new. But you can ask it like, yo, can you use my NFT as collateral and then borrow 50 Ethereum from that platform and stake that Ethereum on the platform that gives the highest yield, for example, and it does it for you? Or, hey, there's a layer 0 airdrop going on. Check what you need to do to be liable for that airdrop, and then please do it all for me, right? That's insane. That's insane. That changes crypto, really. I have an AMA with Delysium coming Friday, so definitely be there, and we'll be doing it live. I had an interview with them once, but a lot has changed since the listing and since the update, so I'm very happy to talk with these guys. One of the most clever minds in space, so definitely go check Delysium out. And what I really like about Delysium, also if you look at their price, similar basically, right? We did not get that second pump for Delysium, but Delysium also came out at 3 cents, shot all the way up to 50 cents, right? People that were running a node for a couple of months already, like me, they had a bag of tokens, right? Took their profits. I'm not gonna lie, I took my profits on it, right? Because if I don't, someone else will, right? So I sold them around here or something like here. But what I really like is that the price has not really been dropping that crazy, of course, in the beginning, but it's stabilizing since like 2 weeks now. But we get tokens daily, right? So there is daily selling pressure and the price won't drop. I think that has a lot to do with the fact that they raised more than $20 million or so, and they have a lot of money to maintain it. And I'm very curious to see how they are going to do it in the future. So make sure to join coming Friday. Really interesting, 6 p.m. UTC. So Delysium, yeah, is one of my favorite plays for sure. Another one that just came out is Shockwaves. Now, I don't know what to think of this project, but it did pretty well. This was released by Defy. Defy is my biggest holding. I'm a big. I am a KOL for Defy without Defy knowing that I'm a KOL for Defy. They need to pay me, man. But really, Defy, I love the platform. They release great projects. They released ChainGPT as well, for example. And Engine started it. So Engine Start is also a big player of mine. I love it. We'll talk more about these launchpads soon. But Defy, they just released Shockwaves. And what I really like about Shockwaves is that they released with an initial market cap of $50,000, right? So $50,000. Now that's quite insane. If you look at their launchpad, let me see, they just rebranded the website. So I have to take a good look at where to find it. I'm not familiar with the website yet, but the website looks sharp. It's on point. I love it. But $50,000 market cap is what they released with. Now, if you look at the price chart for the token, not bad, right? Not bad. Let me see. The sale was 2 cents on Defy, so 2 cents, which was here. Here's where the pre-sale was, and I participated in the private sale for slightly lower. Then the price shot up to around, it doesn't show it even right here, but it's higher than that though. It was around 30 cents or so. Shit. Anyway, sorry for this boring part. Shockwaves did around a 20x when it launched. I was not able to take my profits from there. So that's a little disappointing. Let me take a look if I can find the contract address so I can show you the correct way. But Shockwaves is still insanely micro cap. And that's quite interesting because this is the kind of project that, and this is fully diluted, by the way, all right? So, but in circulation, it's around 250K or so, right? So they went from 2 cents all the way to 36 cents. Right, so that's quite insane. That's quite insane what they did. So it's still super micro cap. They have decent liquidity. It's around $190,000, slightly more than what you see right there. So that's already pretty interesting. I think that this project is a high risk, high reward play, in my opinion. Why do I say that? Well, it's super micro cap. They don't have a CEX listing or whatsoever. I don't see any hype around the project when I compare it to, for example, ChainGPT. So that's the downside of it. The upside is that, yeah, I don't know, man. The admin of Defy, he personally is very bullish about this project, and I have a lot of faith in Levent. So that's for me a reason to just like the project already, but also because I really like the idea behind the project. It's AI gaming, and it's really interesting. Definitely go check it out. Shockwaves AI, really cool. And it's just super micro cap, and a small exchange listing could already pump the price. So I have not taken my profits yet on this thing. So I am now sitting 2 cents to 14 cents. I'm sitting 7 times as high than my initial investment. So if you look at this, I invested $3,000. Which should now be worth like $21,000 or so. But it's getting vested over a period of like 10 months. So it's not that I've instant a lot of money, but a 10x from here will still make it micro cap. So this is kind of an all or nothing play for me. I'm not taking my profits on this thing yet, but Shockwaves is really one that you should keep your eyes on. Another one that got released not too long ago is Games for a Living. Now, Games for a Living is, like I said earlier, it's kind of comparable to what Gala does, but Games for a Living has a lot more to prove than Gala has, of course. So it's also quite of a high risk play, but the upside is their team is top notch, man. The team is really top notch. They have Trip Hawkins in the team, the founder of EA Sports. That's kind of insane as well. Manuel Sword is the CEO, if I pronounce his name correctly, and he has a lot of good games on his portfolio as well. I think Games for a Living could really surprise us. Current market cap is around 3 million. Sorry, it's not 300 million, but 3 million. So it's very low cap. But these are all new projects, right? So you have to remember that there are token vestings, which could send the price down, of course, if the token vesting is happening too hard and if nothing happens to the project when it comes to development and updates and all of that, right? I think that Games for a Living really has these updates, and they saw quite of a pump recently, also 2x right here, with like basically no news whatsoever. So I'm very curious to see what Games for a Living is about to do. I'm still getting my last vesting, and I seriously doubt if I should sell that. If I'm going to sell that, it's only because I want to buy in lower. But this thing is going to end up in my portfolio as well. I love this thing. And another one that's really interesting, but this is for these slightly bigger fishes, I think, is Steady Stack. Steady Stack is not an NFT project. Steady Stack is the best utility NFT project with the best pixel art in the complete crypto space. Their NFT, the Steady Stack Titan, goes for now around 3 Ethereum, and it gave you access to a lot of interesting stuff, masterclasses, the mint of the NFT Legends, which is coming out tonight. Like a lot of utilities, also when it comes to properties and mental health, but mostly about trading and really upgrading your skills, right? Their Discord is, if you look in their Discord for 1 hour, you already know more than what you probably learned in the last year in crypto. And I can't share that, of course, on my account, but I can definitely share the things that I have learned from them. But I cannot show you anything, right? You have to have, of course, the NFT for that. Tonight is the mint of the NFT Legend NFT, Steady Stack Legend NFTs. I think I have 7 of these NFTs. With a little bit of luck, they go for 1 Ethereum each. I might take some profits here and there, but I definitely keep some legends because I don't know, man. Steady Stack is the community. I've never seen a community like this before. Look at this interaction right here, though. It's insane. It's insane. This thing is Bored Ape Yacht Club nowadays. Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. And people that bought the Bored Ape Yacht Club early know, you know, what kind of profits you could have made from that. So that's quite insane. So there are definitely altcoins that are doing extremely, extremely well, let alone if the market really turns around. For now, although I think the market is not turning around, I've been preaching this on the channel a lot lately, and overall, I think that the altcoin market has still a long way down to go. I'm not saying that these altcoins that I just discussed are resistant to the bear market, by the way, but I am saying that they hold up exceptionally strong. Okay, and the same goes for Defy right now, by the way. It's doing very well. I don't know why this line here is so stupidly drawn, but Defy releases all these good projects, basically. So it's doing pretty well. But overall, the altcoin market is still going down, right? And it hasn't changed. Like I said earlier, we are in this falling wedge right here. And Bitcoin was in the same falling wedge, and it broke out in January, had a perfect retest in March, and shot all the way up, right? The altcoin market has not even managed to break out yet. So it's at least running 4 months behind on Bitcoin. So you can say whatever you want, but altcoins are just not good. They are always more high risk, but Bitcoin is always or also now higher reward. So why would you go crazy on altcoins if the reward is lower and the risk is higher? It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, because there are some altcoins always that blow up. Okay, if you want to cherry pick these altcoins, good luck with that. Overall, this is how the altcoin market looks like. We just got a rejection again. And that rejection that says like, okay, we are not out of this wedge. And as long as we are in this wedge, I think we will go to the downside and make a new low for altcoins, right? What would, invalidate it for me if we break out, retest like Bitcoin did, and then go up, right? But I expect something like this, best case scenario. Worst case scenario, we break out of the wedge to the downside and then go up like we did in 2018, right? It seemed like we broke out, fell back in, broke out to the downside and then got up, and not even directly gone up from the moment we broke out was in January 2019. Well, in March 2020, we were still at the same point, right? So could it be that if we break out somewhere around here, July 23, that in June, July 24, altcoins will still be sitting that low? Possible, bro. Yeah, it's definitely possible. That's the thing that gets people out of the crypto space. It's not these, hard crashes. It's the boring sideways movements while everybody thinks that we are finally going up, and people just start to get bored out of the market. And then when nobody expects it, it flies. That's how crypto works, man. And don't let it shake you off. Stick with me for a year, please. We're gonna make it, definitely. Shockwaves, again, was another great, I don't want to pat myself on the shoulder, by the way, because I'm just following what Defying does. But it was another call that made us a 12x, right? There's always money to be made. But the real money, and I'm not talking about 10x's, the real money comes in at least in a year from now, not earlier. At least in a year from now, minimum. So if you stick with me till then, at least, I think we are all going to be very grateful. Yeah, for now, altcoins are just like, I don't know, man. I said before, like, I should be careful at least, right? Because there are always counter arguments of people like, yeah, but you cannot try to time the bottom. I don't try to time the bottom right here. All I'm saying is I'm also not buying macro resistance, right? If my goal for altcoins is to go down here, I'm not going to wait until here before I start buying into altcoins. But I'm not going to dollar cost at resistance, at least. That's stupid, right? Then you can better wait for it to break out and have that retest, because then you buy at the same place, knowing that this is not resistance anymore, but support. And you have the same entry. And I know a lot of people don't want altcoins to go down. Well, first of all, the market does not do what you want, so fuck your feelings. It just happens, right? But also, if it does come down and you are not prepared, yeah, then that move is for nothing. So also prepare for what you don't want to happen, right? Because if you are prepared for this move, then what? Then you make 3 times as much money, right? 4 or 5 times as much. So if you are able to buy here, yeah, then you ride the wave. Let's say altcoins top out somewhere right here. 2.5 trillion, just picking a random number. It's not any prediction or so. Right from this point, you can make a 6x on the total 3. Great. What if you buy it right here and we go right there? You make a 16x. Like, it's a big difference. It's a big difference. And all you have to do is just not rush into things, because there are some brain dead YouTubers or people on Twitter, sorry for putting it like that, but saying that there is an alt season, right? We said many times on this channel, there is no alt season. What do you, like, people looked at the Bitcoin dominance, said like, oh, now it's going down, it's going to get an alt season. No, this means altcoins do great against Bitcoin, right? If this happens, right? But if this happens, it's also the question what Bitcoin does. If Bitcoin goes down, that's no alt season, right? An alt season is this thing to go down while Bitcoin goes up. Guess what? Bitcoin already went up, right? It's now time for a good correction on Bitcoin. And if the dominance does break out, right? Because it's looking a little different this time than here. I don't know if you see the difference, right? But if it does break out, it just means the opposite of altcoin season. It means altcoin destruction to the fullest. The altcoin capitulation, that's what kind of needed in this market, right? People thought the exact same thing over here in 2018, right? Alt season, altcoins are going to break out. We're going to make it. What happened? Big capitulation, down another 70% from that point, right? The people that were calling for an alt season and were prepared for that, they got completely wrecked. But the people that also took in consideration that we might could have gone down, they got the entry that changed their freaking life forever. So I just want to preach it, man. And again, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying this will happen, right? I'm not saying this will happen, but I'm saying it's likely to happen, and prepare for it to happen at least, right? Keep in mind, are you prepared if it happens? Because you cannot go to the comments now and say, this is not possible, it's not going to happen. Bro, you don't know. You don't know. That's exactly what people thought over here. You don't know, right? The chart is still saying high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Low, lower low, lower low. So far, the trend is your friend until the end of the trend. Has the trend ended so far? No, we're still in it. So I'm not gonna fight that. I wanna be prepared because this will change your life. And if we have to suffer and wait temporary, fine with me. If it changes my life in 2 years, I'm happy to be a little broke-ass, stupid, small YouTuber right now for the coming 2 years who preaches about stupid altcoins doing a 10x. Anyway, I want to leave it right here. If you like the video, please like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you want to trade Bybit, Kucoin, links are down below. You get nice trading bonuses as well. Plus you get access to the private FOMO Factory group where we make a lot of calls before I put it out. Plus private videos. So and join a Telegram in that little thing above. You can see it. Follow me on Twitter. I'm not really that active right there, but I think I should pick that up as well. That's it for now, guys. Have a nice day.